and the reopening of the old quarry had brought fresh hope to many lives round here.
I'll tell the lads," Jacob promised. "Will you be sending the stone up to Bristol, sir, when it's ready?"
Adam gazed at the rolling green countryside which surrounded them, then turned back, with a new light burning in his dark eyes.
"No. I'm going to build a railway to the Avon Canal, and from there this new stone, can be taken by boat to the Thames and to London itself." "But it's not your land between here and the Avon Canal, Master Adam. Leastways, not all of it."
Adam had moved towards his big roan, and was already securing his rolled-up coat to the back of his saddle, far too warm for the garment on a day like this.
"My grandfather never let a simple obstacle like that hold him up. And neither will I,"
said Adam, in a voice edged with steel. Jacob shook his grizzled head in wonder as he watched him ride off.
"There's no stopping him,"
he murmured, eyes shining with delight.
"No stopping him, that's for sure."
Goliath was ready to gallop, and Adam let him.
"There's nothing like the feel of the land under your horse's hooves being yours, my lad. Especially when that land but recently belonged to men who'd crossed to the other side of the street rather than acknowledge you."
Those were the words of his grandfather, who with his work-roughened hands and West Country vowels had laboured night and day to remove the shame of the name the upper classes scornfully gave him, Minor Tom. But they'd all come to Minor Tom's funeral, oh yes. All the gentry of Bath and London had hurried eagerly to the lavish ceremony, because they'd realised by then how much the man they'd despised was damned well worth. Adam's grandfather had wanted nothing more desperately than for his grandson to be accepted by the society that had spurned him. That wish had come true. But now Adam often thought that he was happiest on days like this, riding Goliath across Somerset's lush green hills, and knowing that the chief wealth of those hills, the fine stone beneath them, was his to be harvested. They'd said the Saldown quarry was finished. It had last been profitable 50 years ago. Then the expense of extracting the stone had deterred any prospect of new investment. But Adam had anticipated the surge in demand, and hence in price, for good building materials. He'd made his calculations and investments, and proved the doomsayers wrong. Now his detractors would say there was no way he could get the valuable stone to the canal, that vital water link to the Thames and London. Well, he would prove them wrong again. Suddenly a distant movement caught his eye. Another rider was enjoying the afternoon sun, and blatantly trespassing on private land. A woman. Eyes narrowed, Adam urged Goliath into a canter towards her. He swore aloud when he saw her turn her pretty dappled mare's head and set off away from him at a reckless pace. A stupid pace that was taking her towards the edge of another old quarry. Adam swung Goliath into a broad circle to head her off. The ground here was treacherous. Yes, the grassy slopes of Saldown looked inviting, but, disused quarries aside, decades of quarry debris lurked beneath the sheep-cropped turf, waiting to catch the unwary. And indeed it was only a matter of moments before the dappled mare suddenly stumbled and sent its foolish rider crashing to the ground. Adam was there in moments, swinging himself out of the saddle to kneel beside that prone body. She was clad in a riding habit of crumpled crimson velvet. Her abundant black curls fell in loose array. Her little crimson hat, set with ridiculously jaunty red feathers, lay nearby. He saw that her face was a perfect oval, with a tip-tilted nose, a rosebud mouth, and thick lashes dark against creamy skin. The faint scent of lavender drifted up to him. Who was she? What the hell was she doing riding up here on her own? She was a lady of quality.